I'm the type of person who always likes to say yes to everything, and I'm the type of person that likes to get a lot of things done. So productivity wise, it's really hard to get things done when you don't feel well, or when you have to stop yourself from straining yourself too much, or else you're gonna collapse. Because I've noticed that the one thing that really flares my ulcerative colitis is stress. It can be food, it can be a lot of other things, but for me, it is always stress. Hi, my name is Arlie Hernandez. I'm 21 years old and I am from Ocean Township, New Jersey. It's a small little town right by the beach, so the best part of New Jersey. I am in my 4th year here at Towson. I am a family and human services major. So my condition is called ulcerative colitis. It is a chronic illness. Essentially what ulcerative colitis is, it's like an inflammation of your colon. It can be through a variety of factors. Sometimes it's because of stress. Sometimes it's because you're eating food that your colon does not like, so it inflames it as a response. And pretty much because of your colon being inflamed, your immune system goes crazy, like hyperdrive. It's called a flare. So when you're in a flare, you have a hyperdrive of symptoms that are happening. So it can mean a lot of things. You're very fatigued. You have a lot of urgency, which means that you have to go to the bathroom. It can happen like at any time. A lot of it is stomach pain and feeling like these ulcers in your stomach just building up along the lining of your colon. And there's like just a lot of other things like fevers, chills, and yeah. I like to do a lot of different things. My one main thing that I always tell people about myself is how much I really love Taylor Swift. But essentially, I'm a music person. I've played the flute for many years. I started it in 5th grade. And I like to sing a lot. I like to read anything artistic, painting, knitting, crocheting, anything like that. I really love to do. And I also just really love my major. It's what I'm passionate about: social work, advocating for young children. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to advocate for young children through social work, and my dream is to work in adoption one day. But essentially, I'm a pretty quiet person as well. I like to stick to myself, but besides that, I like to think that I love a lot of things, and if you know me at all, you know like the one thing that I guess is my unique quality is how positive I am. In terms of diet, it is particularly rough. There's a lot of stuff I need to cut out of my diet. So the main thing is dairy. I have a complete dairy intolerance. Sometimes it depends on like the type of cheese. See, the thing is with ulcerative colitis is that it's very like pick and grab. Sometimes your stomach can react to something, sometimes it cannot. It's kind of like experimenting, which almost makes it like 10 times worse, because you think, oh, my stomach tolerated this. It should be able to tolerate this, but it doesn't. So the main things that I try to stay away from are dairy, gluten, and anything that is like fried or like covered in like oil, a lot of greasy stuff, and like raw veggies like salads. I can't really have salads anymore. I keep a food journal. It basically monitors everything: when I take my medication, when I use the bathroom, what I eat, when I eat it, if I took my vitamins, my symptoms for the day. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I write in my food journal, and it's the last thing I do before I go to sleep. Another thing that I have to do is just keep track of all these physical symptoms that I'm having. Sometimes it can be a little scary to feel like your stomach is like wanting to just explode, and then it's just having to be really on top of everything. I've had since being diagnosed, a lot of weird medical scares since then, so it's kind of just having to constantly be in tune with your body, even when it's feeling out of whack, and having to understand what's your limit. The one main thing that's really hard balancing is having to constantly prepare your meals, because other people, like you're a college student, of course, like you can just pick up anything like on your way to class. Like you can pick up a muffin from Aban Pan, you can get a sandwich from the Union. I don't really have that luxury anymore because a lot of the things that are offered on campus I can't eat. So it's a lot of preparing my meals or finding things on campus and being cautious about eating them. But the main thing that's really hard balancing is just having to always constantly be on top of your symptoms and having to like know when to step back from schoolwork, because I feel sometimes I just wake up and I just don't feel good and I have to go to the doctor, or I have to, just take a day for myself because things aren't going well.
I think overall, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I was pretty strong and that I can take on a lot of things. I still do, but I have a lot of self-esteem issues, and I think something that having this disease taught me was just that I am a lot stronger than I think I am, and I'm a lot more capable of doing things and dealing with things than I used to think I was. I think overall, my big takeaway from like just having this experience and having this condition is that it's honestly a day by day experience. It's not something that I can sum up with a nice pretty bow. It's just something that I have to deal with day by day, and I can't really always say that it's going to be good things happening in the future because things could change in an instant. And I think that's something I really want people to know, is that it's constantly changing no matter what, and just because you feel good one day doesn't mean that you feel good the next. I used to be very focused on scheduling everything to the minute and like deciding my life and planning my future, but now I think I realize that I'm a more of a come what may type of person, that I just have to go with what the world deals me that day. And I think that's made me stronger, more confident, and if anything, it's made me just more able to feel at peace with myself and at peace of what's to come. And I hope what's to come is just health and safety and peace in a sense, but I know it might not always be there. So I just hope if that isn't a part of my life in the future, that I at least have the love and support around me that I need to get by.